Hi, today I'm here in the West Country. I'm here in southwest England, in Devon, just south of Totnes, and I'm going to talk to you about the Trecena of Tz'ikin today. So this is kind of a bit of a celebration. I've now made 2 cycles of videos. So the first one that I ever made was on 1 Tz'ikin, and that was in March of last year. And here I am starting a new cycle, starting a new vision. Now I'm aware that 52 days ago, 4 Trecenas ago, on the Trecena of Wanachabal, I was planning to launch something. I was planning to get you some information out there about a retreat that we're going to be running in Paten next year. Now, you're probably very well aware that this hasn't happened yet due to a few technical difficulties and then travelling. So this is in our plan for the next 20 days or so, is that we're going to get the website up and get you a lot more detail out there about this retreat so that you can see it. Because it feels right that what we had as a concept in Achabal is now we're going out there to get this vision. So this is what it's all about. It's about having a vision and bringing it in, bringing a new vision in. This is one Tz'ikin that we're starting with. And this can be a new vision in many ways. It can be a new vision for your friends, your family. It can be a new vision for your community, maybe a new vision for your country. Tz'ikin, the bird, flies high, and when we fly high we can see ahead. And when we can see ahead, we can see how to truly make things prosperous, because prosperity is not about bank balance. It's about making sure that things thrive. And the only way that we can make sure that we thrive is by making sure that everything thrives. Our environment needs to thrive if we are to thrive, otherwise it's only going to be short term. And of course we see this a lot maybe in the Western society, that things are done for short term gain and then they become unsustainable. So Tz'ikin, the vision of Tz'ikin, is what gives us this true understanding of how to create maybe a better world where we can all prosper, a better world where our environment prospers as much as we do. So Tz'ikin can really bring in this new vision. Tz'ikin is often seen as perfection. It's about looking at things with a keen eye for detail. It's about using your focusing in on, maybe if we looked at the last time that these Trecenas came around, it would have been Achabal, so that was the concept. Now we're going with Tz'ikin. And Tz'ikin is the vision. So we're taking that concept and we're honing it down. We're using our vision. We're getting some clarity on it. So it's a great time to ask for clarity of sight in things, clarity of vision in things. It's a great time to take what was a concept and focus in on what you want to keep and what you want to leave, what you want to take forward, how you can bring that concept into a prosperous progression. Tz'ikin has a communication about it. We think about the birds chirping, the birds singing in the trees and that kind of thing. And of course they're communicating with each other. So it's about communicating this vision as well. Sometimes Tz'ikin might get us distracted, and this is something we need to be aware of, but in general it's a great time to be going forward and bringing this vision into reality. And so we're going to start the Trecena with 1 Tz'ikin, and the 1 Tz'ikin is about a new vision. It's about bringing your new vision into the world, bringing your new vision for prosperity of your family, prosperity of your community into the world. So 1 Tz'ikin, this is a great time to begin that, to begin looking for how you can bring that vision in. You might find as well on 1 Tz'ikin that it's a time when you might need a little bit of assistance with it, because the ones, they're like a seed. They need to grow, and they need some encouragement to grow sometimes. So this is a great time to be asking or seeking encouragement from the people around you to bring your vision into the world. From 1 Tz'ikin, we're going to go into 2 Achmach. So Achmach, forgiveness. Achmach, redemption. And the number 2, well, this can represent partnerships, this can represent relationships. Achmach is all about embracing the sweetness of the human heart. And we can often do this by either asking for forgiveness or forgiving those around us. I mean, obviously there's something going on there with relationships and forgiveness. This might not, it might be a day when we might be forgiving past relationships, might be a day on which we might find that we maybe make an error within our own relationships. So it's a time to look out for those kind of things, but it's also a time to fix things, because the 2 is duality. It represents 2 sides. Nachmach is forgiveness. So Achmach could be seen to bring the 2 sides together through forgiveness. So it's a great time to go out and find kind of like what you might be, let's say, diametrically opposed to. The thing which is furthest away from your ideals, furthest away from what you choose, and make your peace with it. From 2 Achmach, we're then going to go into 3 Noch. So 3 Noch. Noch is knowledge. Noch is intellect. Noch is being able to use our brains to bring new ideas into the world. Now, great, sometimes we can go out and get inspired all around us, but sometimes we need to bring that inspiration from home. It's by going home that we really can integrate the knowledge which is within us. It's by sitting alone in our home that we can actually figure it out. So sometimes you just need to sit down with a pen and paper and work out where you want to take your vision. And 3 Noch is a great time to stay home and do that. Employ your intellect, employ your knowledge, employ your understanding of things, and work out how to create. And 3 can be very, very creative when it's given the space to do it. And sometimes that space means like internal space rather than external space. So it's about staying home and creating this vision. From 3 Noch, we then go into 4 Tihash. So Tihash, the obsidian blade, Tihash, the healer, Tihash, the warrior, Tihash, the one that cuts through to the truth. And here it's very much in the material realm, it's in the material plane. That 4 being very grounded, very stable. Okay, so this is a great day for some form of physical healing. It's a great day, well, if it's something that you need, it would be a good day for surgery. But it's a great day to really kind of like get round to the physical things, deal with them, get them out of the way. Tihash is also about discernment. And as we bring this new vision into the world, we're going to need that discernment to cut away the things that don't fit. And so it's a great preparation day to cut things off where they're not needed, in order to bring things out into their true glory, into their fully into their physical essence. From 4 Tihash, we're then going to go into 5 Kawok. So Kawok, the rain, the storm. Kawok, the midwife that's going to bring the new ideas in. And with the number 5, which is work. The number 5, which represents the fact that we're not going to get it like falling on our lap. We need to put some effort into it. So it's like we're birthing this new thing out into the world, this new vision into the world. We're going to need to put some effort into doing that. And 5 Kawok gives us this opportunity to put our energy into what it is that we're choosing to birth. It gives us this opportunity to put our energy into that process, into clearing the obstacles. Kawok can often be seen as the one which washes the obstacles from the path, the one that washes stuff away so that we can proceed. And so this might be a day when, if you know that there's a few things which stand in the way of you bringing your vision into the world, 5 Kawok is a great day to put your energy into making sure that you can overcome those obstacles in one way or another, that you can wash them away. From 5 Kawok, we're then going to go into 6 Achpu. So Achpu is divinity. Achpu is the quest for the divine, the quest for the hero within ourselves, within others. And here we have it connected with the number 6. Now the number 6, the number of ultimate stability, the number which represents bringing the divine masculine and the divine feminine and then manifesting them out into the physical plane. So we have the 4 of the physical plane with the vertical axis running through it to bring it up to 6. So this is really about drawing on above and below, drawing on the masculine and feminine in order to create something stable, solid, in order to create something tangible in the physical plane. So it's a Tz'ikin could be an absolutely great day for understanding how it is that you're going to manifest this vision into the world, how it is that you're going to, maybe we would say, dot the I's and cross the T's within it, to bring it into full stability through the connection above and below. From Tz'ikin, we're then going to go into 7 Imosh. So 7 Imosh, 7, the top of the pyramid, and Imosh, the dream. So the 7 can represent endings, it can represent death, it can represent finalizing stuff as well. So it's like taking things to their pinnacle. You know, when we reach the top of the pyramid, that's where the journey ends, kind of thing. And so 7 Imosh can be something to do with finalizing the dream. Okay, so again, this could be seen as taking it out of the reality of the dream and putting it into a physical reality. From 7 Imosh, we're then going to go to 8 Ich. So 8 Ich, the wind, Ich, communication, and 8 representing wholeness, representing the masculine and feminine at the 4 cardinal points. So it's about wholeness of communication. This is about using all the words, giving a full explanation. This is a time for getting the communication out there and really using everything that you've got in order to round it out into wholeness. From 8 Ich, we're then going to go into 9 Achabal. So Achabal is the dawn, Achabal is the concept. And if we talk about Achabal being the new concept, and the number 9 can represent the divine feminine, but it can also represent life. So it's a new life concept that we're getting out there, which is rather a good thing. All within this Trecena of the new vision. So that's going out there. We can also see the 9 Achabal as being the birth of a new sunset, the new sunrise. Achabal being the emergence of the new sun, moving through from the state of darkness into the state of light. And this is coming into the number 9, which is all about life. So it's kind of like lighting up the life with a new light. Okay, so this is where I see this kind of like new life coming in. And 9 Achabal being really a rather nice one for doing that on. From 9 Achabal, we're then going into 10 Cat. So, right now here in the UK, it's very much harvest time. Cat is all about the net. It's the net which gathers the harvest. And so 10 Cat, well, the 10 is this. It's the hands coming together. It's the joining of hands, cooperation, community. And 10 Cat can be very much about the community coming together to bring in the harvest, which would be very idyllic here in England. But this is also talking about our prosperity. Because when we're filling our nets, we're filling them with the abundance that comes from the harvest. And the 10, the joining of hands, the cooperation, would suggest this is a time to connect with your community in order to bring that in order to fill your net, in order to help that come in. Now, Cat is also about release. It's about release from attachments. It's about opening your net, getting the stuff that no longer fits, no longer works for you, out. So it could be it can be a relationship with your community that helps you to release what you no longer need to carry. Cat can also represent the burden. And if we saw 10 Cat, this could be cooperating with each other, sharing of a burden, so that we don't just work with it on our own. We ask our community, our family, our friends around us to help us with it. From 10 Cat, we're going to go into 11 Can. So Can is a very powerful Nawal. It represents our life force energy. Also represents illusions, can represent manipulation, but it also represents teaching and wisdom. And, you know, when we're trying to bring this new vision into our world, in this Trecena of Tz'ikin, we don't just go to one source. in order to do that. We need to go to many sources. And 11 can would suggest exactly that. The 11 might make many different turns and go to many different places in order to gather in what it needs to gather. And can is all about learning and wisdom, and so it suggests maybe going to many different teachers or using the wisdom from many different teachers in order to bring it into one combined wisdom with which we can empower that which we're trying to bring in. From 11 can, we then go into 12 kame. So kame, facing our fears, kame, life changes, kame, evolution, spiritual transformation. And what do we see it paired with? The number 12. So the number 12 is all about life's experience. It's about all the things that you've picked up as you've journeyed through life. And so 12 kame is saying that the transformation which we're looking for within ourselves and others is going to come through a combination of our life experiences today. So it's kind of like a time to be looking at maybe things that you fear, or maybe things that are challenging you, things that are coming up for you, and using your life experience to overcome them. In the Popol Vuh, the hero twins, the second set, go down to the underworld. They defeat the Lords of Death. Well, I think that a lot of that has to do with their upper world father and their underworld mother. They have the combination of the two. They have the experience to do it. Okay, and so this is kind of like combining all the things that we've learned in different ways and bring them together in order to overcome the things that we fear in life. So you might find that on 12 kame there might be a few things come up, but you've already learned how to overcome them, and you have to maybe look back on the experiences that you've gone through to understand how to go forward. And then from 12 kame we're going to finally end up on 13 kech. So 13 kech is a very, very powerful day. Kech is seen as the spiritual leader. Kech is seen as the natural world, and the number 13 is the strongest of all. The number 13 also represents the ancestors and the spirit world. So what we see, 13 kech, is the spirit moving through in order to bring out the spiritual leader. That's one of the things that we can understand. That's one of the things that we can see from it. 13 kech we can also see as a closeness of the ancestors, that the realm of the ancestors is relatively close, and that they may communicate through nature on this day. So it's a day where if you're looking for a message, if you're looking for how to bring things into the world, it might be a great day to take a walk in the woods, take a walk in nature, to finish that Tz'ikin Trecena, in order to ask for the ancestors to help you so that you can understand how to bring your vision in. The other thing that we can look at with 13 kech is this can also be about the words of the ancestors flowing through spiritual leaders. Kech is said to represent the higher level Mayan priests. This is why it's attached to spiritual leadership. The 13 also represents the ancestors, so it's a great day to be looking for that ancestral wisdom from spiritual leaders, and probably looking for it through yourself as well. Because we all have this connection. This is within each one of us. And sometimes we need to hear it. Sometimes we need to hear it come from our own mouths or something like that. And so 13 kech would engage you with the countryside, would engage you with the natural world, and perhaps through that you might hear the words of the ancestors talking through you, acting as a leader for your own people or acting as a leader for yourself. So there's the Trecena of Tz'ikin. I hope that you found that useful, and I'll make another video in 13 days time. Thank you.